What's up, everybody? We are back for our first review in a while, and it's not necessarily its own review, but it's kind of a continuation, a sequel to the Marvel Rivals beta review. As you probably know by now, because it's taken a lot of the gaming world by storm, Marvel Rivals has been out a week and a half now, and so we played the beta, we reviewed the beta. I'll link that review down below if you want to be able to compare more side by side my thoughts then, my thoughts now. And like a lot of beta reviews or full game reviews after we played the beta, we'll go through our pros, cons, and so list like we do in a regular review, but it's more of how do we feel about them versus how we felt before. The game, I'll be honest, feels like the same as the beta. I didn't really get a lot of bugs in the beta. I haven't gotten a lot of bugs in Marvel Rivals now, so to me it feels just like the beta did. I think the beta was a really polished beta, and so that's why the full version feels so similar. I liked the game a lot then. I like the game now. I have the same problem I have with Overwatch, its main competitor, by the way, and that's that the game can be hard to play solo. The game is so team-based, and just the way the TTKs work, the different characters work, the fact that you can't heal yourself, although there is healing pads around the map. And that's actually something I don't have on my pro list. There's a lot of healing, like pads, things that you can pick up that heal you, and they're placed they're placed well enough around the map that if you know the map, it can help you stay alive a lot. And I feel like there's enough of them, but it's not so many that it feels like it makes the game a lot easier or harder to kill people, however you want to look at that. But with the TTK, the abilities, the not being able to heal yourself, it's just like Overwatch. It's literally Marvel Overwatch. And if you like that type of game, and if you really like Overwatch, and if you're into the Marvel universe, whether that's movies, comics, shows, whatever, I think you'll enjoy this game. I think ultimately, if Overwatch has your heart, you're going to stick with Overwatch. I just think that's the way it goes. I do think that this is a fun thing. I like that it's free to play, and that they're going to just make their money based off of cosmetics. But I don't see it pulling away people from games that share similar characteristics, unless you're just like a Marvel super fan and hey, if it's Marvel, you're going to play it. But if you're into the objective-based arena shooters, whether that's escorting something, holding down zones, if you're into the objective-based arena shooters and you're into Marvel and you like hero shooters, I definitely think that this is a game for you. I definitely think it's worth a try, especially with it being free, and all of the heroes are unlocked right away. You don't have to unlock heroes or anything. They have a ranked mode. That's good. And so if you want to play casual, you want to play ranked, you can do that. If you don't like having to unlock stuff in games and you just want to jump in and be at the same advantage other than time and skill wise as everybody else, this game offers this. And then of course it has the Marvel benefit. So going through cons that we had in the beta, the movement speed and the no sprint. Now some characters, they have movement abilities, they have movement speeds, but for someone who doesn't play a lot of Overwatch and doesn't play a lot of the team-based arena shooters, although they are fun, I'm used to battle royales where there's sprint and slide and all of that, and that's not really a thing in this game unless your character has an ability to sprint or swing on their Spider-Man web or fly. It's just kind of a base movement speed with no sliding or anything, and that's fine. And then there's no jump, there's no mantling, so either you can jump high enough, I guess there's a little bit of mantling, but you can't like climb up stuff, so you can either jump up stuff or you can't. And so if you're looking for a lot of movement, unless you pick the right characters, of course this isn't the game because the base game doesn't have a lot of movement. And then team balancing is so-so. I find a lot of times that you're either kicking a team's ass or you're getting your ass kicked, and that hasn't changed. Of course, that's a little different in ranked, but in pubs, that's a thing. We don't want heavy SBMM where once you get good, lobbies are crazy sweaty like we see on Call of Duty, but you do want some kind of balance in the lobby so games are competitive. Because I'll be honest, I got off the game one time because like every game I got, we were just killing the other team and destroying them. And then we got a couple matches, we got destroyed, and then we went back to just destroying teams. And I was like, well, if games aren't competitive, this isn't fun. So I do still think that's an issue, but of course, ranked fixes that if that's a huge issue for you. But then, of course, when you get really sweaty, when you get high in rank, you get the really sweaty lobby, so it doesn't fully fix the problem. Moving on to the so-sos, quick matches. I don't feel like the matches were as quick this time. I think that's been balanced a little bit. Quick matches before were in so-sos because it's good if you just want to hop on and play a few games. And some of the matches can still be quick if you get your ass kicked or you kick the shit out of the other team. And so you can still get quick matches, but they're also bad if you're looking for longer gameplay. The video behind me, the gameplay behind me is under 20 minutes and it's 2 full games. So they're not super quick, but they're not, I mean, these ones are a little bit quicker matches, but they're not super quick. They're not super long. I'm going to leave it in so-sos, but the match length I think is in a decent place right now. And my other so-sos just feels too much like Overwatch. People are just going to play Overwatch. Obviously, that's the identity of the game. It still feels that way. So moving on to pros, it has a tutorial mode. Still has that same mode. It's good. Same thing. Got a firing range. Still has that. It's the same thing. It's good. Same thing with the practice versus AI. Then we also have the video guides on heroes. So every hero you click on, you can see a video of each one of their abilities and what it does. And I think that's really useful for being able to learn heroes without having to spend a whole lot of time, especially if you're just jumping into the game. You want to find your main and you don't want to have to spend, you know, an hour playing each character to really learn the abilities. You can at least watch it and learn it quickly. I think that's good. And then the comic graphics are cool. If you're into the MCU, you're probably into, if you're really into the MCU, you're probably into the comics. The comic graphics are unique in their own way. And I think the graphics are just cool in this game. They're not super special or anything. They're just cool. Another pro we have is the team up abilities. You can take certain heroes that pair together and they have abilities together. So whether that's oh my god, I can't remember the raccoon's name because I'm not an MCU, I'm not a big MCU guy. I want to say Rocket, I don't know if that's right, but he can get on Groot's shoulders and they have abilities together. And that's just one of them. There's a whole bunch intertwined that I don't remember all of them because I have, between the beta and the full game, 9 or 10 hours. So I don't have a whole lot of time, so I don't memorize all of them. But it's something that makes this game unique besides the fact that it's Marvel Heroes. The team up abilities is not something that I can think of in any other games that this game competes with, so that's something that's unique and fun and adds depth. And when you get a squad together, that adds even more depth. Of course, it's hard to use those when you're just a solo with randoms, but if you at least have a duo with you on the team, you guys can plan that out, and it adds a whole nother level of strategy, especially if you have a full squad and you use that to your advantage. It is a big advantage over the other team. And then finally, we have the destruction and regeneration of parts of the map. I love destruction in games. I also like that it's regenerative in this game, so it's not permanently destroyed. So that way it balances whether or not people actually want that versus the people that don't. It can balance the needs and wants of people. But I think destruction environment's fun. It adds new strategy, new levels of gameplay. Like, you can't just sit behind cover over and over again because people can destroy that cover. So it helps with camping. And it just makes matches feel unique because the maps within themselves, within the matches, can be unique compared to others if people are destroying a lot of the map. And then something we don't have pros here is the health regen pads that I mentioned before. Those are really good. Games that you can't heal yourself definitely need those, and I think the spacing and the total amount are in a good place. And then the other pro is the map design. I really like the map design. You're within the MCU universe. I think the maps play well. Sometimes I think the spawns are a little far, but that's just part of this genre. I have the same problem with Overwatch. Overall, those are my pros, cons, my so-sos. I do think it's a fun game. I do think it's a fun experience. And if you're into this genre, I definitely think it's something that you should check out. It's free to play. It's Marvel, which I know is really popular right now. Overall, I'd probably give the game 7 out of 10. It would be a little higher if it was easier to play solo and if it didn't feel like such a copy of Overwatch. But I think it's a 7 out of 10. It's free to play. Go try it out for yourself. I'll see you in the next review. Have a good day.
In your face, loser. Element, jerk.
Oh,
We cooked that game.
I happen to pull a quad speed while getting food delivered to me right in front of me.
Nice. Oh my god, one of our teammates went 26-0. Dude, Ricky 29-1. Damn, Ricky, 12,000 damage. I was happy that I got over 11,000.
I didn't know Groot was meta.
Oh my god, Groot.
As the wise man once said, I am Groot.